So yesterday we had discussed about the key of love. Today we will be talking about one of the most important keys, that is the key of gratitude. You cannot exercise much power without gratitude because it is gratitude that keeps you connected with power. Wallace Wattles, 1860 to 1911, New Thought author. I know of thousands of people in the worst imaginable situations who have changed their lives completely through gratitude. I know of miracles that have taken place in health where there seemed to be no hope, failed kidneys, regenerate disease, hearts heal, eyesight is restored, tumors disappear, and bones grow and rebuild themselves. I know of broken relationships that have transformed into magnificent ones through gratitude, failed marriages completely restored, estranged family members reunited, parents transforming relationships with children and teenagers, and teachers transforming students. I have seen people who were in total poverty become wealthy through gratitude. People turned around failing businesses, and people who had struggled with money all their lives created abundance. Someone even went from living on the streets to having a job and a home in a week. I know of people who were in depression who catapulted into joyful and fulfilling lives through gratitude. People who have suffered from anxiety and every kind of mental illnesses have restored themselves to perfect mental health through gratitude. Every single savior of the world used gratitude because they all knew that gratitude was one of the highest expressions of love. They knew that when they were grateful, they were living in exact accordance with the law. What do you think Jesus said? Why do you think Jesus said thank you before he performed every miracle? Every time you feel grateful, you are giving love. And whatever you give, you receive. Whether you are giving thanks to a person or feeling grateful for a car, a vacation, a sunset, a gift, a new house, or an exciting event, you are giving love for those things and you will receive back more joy, more health, more money, more amazing experiences, more incredible relationships, more opportunities. It's said whoever has gratitude will be given more, and he or she will have an abundance. And whoever does not have gratitude, even what he or she has will be taken away from him or her. Gratitude is a beautiful journey. And yes, all those who are with the reading of the magic book know it. This book, again, The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, is a complete 20-day gratitude practices wherein you read one chapter every day and you practice gratitudes in different forms in different areas of your life. It's a beautiful, beautiful journey. So all those who've not done the magic board, I would highly recommend is to get your hand on that book and go through those 28, 29 days of bliss. Just one chapter a day, 7, 9 pages, 10 pages, not more, and start doing the exercise. There was this exercise. There are 2 or 3 basic exercises of gratitude from the book Magic, which I still do. There was this exercise wherein every day just write 10 blessings, 10 things you are grateful for. It can be anything. It can be a good meal served. Probably thank the universe for an amazing life. Anything you can be grateful for. There are so many things. So just if you maintain your journal of writing your blessings every day, that's like paying gratitude to the universe. Okay, thank you for everything you've done for me. You can thank your partner, you can thank anybody, you can thank an object you have. Like I remember there was one of the sessions where the Wi-Fi was not working, and it suddenly struck me. It's probably I'm coming from that phase that मैंने Wi-Fi के शुक्राने कम किए हैं. So I sat down and I wrote so many thank yous for all the things I've been able to do with the Wi-Fi. If it was not for the Wi-Fi, we won't be here together. We won't be attending these, Zoom meetings from the comfort of our own home. It's only because of this good Wi-Fi we are able to do that. Remember old days when you had those MTNL, BSNLs, and the initial modem connection used to go. So we've seen those times as well. But yeah, now it's already connected. If it's in the plug, it's getting electricity. We're thankful for the electricity. So do get your hands on Magic and enjoy this beautiful, blissful journey of 28, 29 days of gratitude. Now, what happens basically, when we are feeling grateful, we are actually giving out love. If you remember the feeling chart, love was the highest above the line feeling, just followed by gratitude. Now, gratitude is nothing. It's just that, we are grateful to God, to universe, or to whoever you want to be grateful for or to. It's just a simple feeling. It's one of the most amazing and simple feelings of love or expressions of love. Try it now. Think of something or someone you are grateful for. You could choose the person you love more than anyone else in the world. Focus on that person and think about all the things you love and are grateful for about that person. Then, in your mind or out loud, tell that person all those things you love and are grateful for about them, as though they were there with you. Tell them all the reasons you love them. You can recall particular instances or moments by saying, remember the time when, as you are doing it, feel the gratitude, begin to fill your heart and body. It's such an important and an amazing gesture. If you're in a lift or you're in a public space where somebody opens the door, just a heartfelt thank you to the other person can bring a smile on his face. It's amazing to see just a word which is felt from your heart, coming from your words, can make a person smile. Very few words Very few words have that power. Thank you is one of them. There is immense power, and the power doubles and triples if that thank you is felt and is from the heart. So, next time, whenever you want to thank a person, just hold your hand onto your heart and just feel when you say that thank you, and just bow down and just see the face, just see the look on the person's face. He'll start smiling. He will really value what you said, because once it's coming from the heart, that is that I truly feel it and I'm truly thankful. The love you gave in that simple exercise must and will return to you in the relationship and in your whole life. That is how easy it is to give love through gratitude. Albert Einstein was one of the greatest scientists who ever lived. His discoveries completely changed the way we see the universe. And when asked about his monumental achievements, Einstein spoke only of giving thanks to others, one of the most brilliant minds that has ever lived thanked others for what they had given to him 100 times a day. That means at least 100 times a day, Einstein gave love. Is that any wonder that life revealed so many of its mysteries to Albert Einstein? 100 times every day, I remind myself that my inner and my outer life depend on the labors of other men, living and dead, and that I must exert myself in order to give in the same measure as I have received and am still receiving. Albert Einstein, 1879 to 1955, Nobel Prize winning physicist. Gratitude, the great multiplier. When you are grateful for the things you have, no matter how small they may be, you will receive more of those things. If you are grateful for the money you have, however little, you will receive more money. If you're grateful for a relationship, even if it's not perfect, the relationship will get better. If you're grateful for the job that you have, even if it's not your dream job, you will receive better opportunities in your work, because gratitude is the great multiplier of life. If the only prayer you say in your entire life is thank you, that is enough. Mr. Eckhart, 1260 to 1328, Christian writer and theologian. Gratitude begins with two simple words: thank you. But you have to feel grateful with all your heart. The more you start to say thank you, the more you will feel it, and the more love you will give. There are three ways to use the power of gratitude in your life, and every one of them is giving love. Be grateful for everything you have received in your past life. Be grateful for everything you are receiving in your life, the present. Be grateful for what you want in your life, for what you desire in your life, as though you have received it, the future. If you are not grateful for what you received and what you are receiving, you are not giving love, and you don't have the power to change any of your current circumstances. When you give thanks for what you've received and what you're continuing to receive, it multiplies those things. At the same time, gratitude brings what you want. Be grateful for what you want in your life as though you have received it. And the law of attraction says you must receive it. Can you imagine that something so simple as being grateful can multiply everything you love and completely change your life? A
Arjun,
divorce.
I think your voice is breaking.
Am I audible now? Am I audible now?
Can you just
Seems to be better
now?
now.
Now
Yeah.
it's
Till when was I audible? Just let me know. I'll start from there.
we couldn't hear you after when you give thanks for what you've received.
Future. As though you have received it.
Yes,
No.
you can.
Okay.
No,
Okay,
from
I'll start
if
again.
you're not
The para after that.
the paragraph after that.
Okay. So be grateful for what you want in your life as though you have received it. And the law of attraction says you must receive it. Can you imagine that something so simple as being grateful can multiply everything you love and completely change your life? A divorced man, lonely, depressed, and working in a job he hated, decided to practice love and gratitude every day to change his life. He began by being positive to everyone he talked to during the day. When he called old friends and family, he shocked them with how positive and happy he was. He began to be grateful for everything he had, right down to being grateful for running water. This is what happened to his life within 120 days. Everything he hated about his job miraculously changed, and he now loves his job. His job even takes him to places that he has always wanted to see. He has the best relationship with all his family members, which he never had before. He paid off his car and he always has the money he needs. He has good days no matter what is happening, and he's married again to his first love from 10th grade. Gratitude for the abundance you have received is the best insurance that the abundance will continue. Muhammad 570 to 632, founder of Islam. If you use gratitude a little, your life will change a little. If you use gratitude a lot every day, your life will change in ways you can hardly imagine now. Not only does gratitude multiply everything in your life, it also eliminates the negative things. No matter what negative situations you may find yourself in, you can always find something to be grateful for. And as you do, you harness the force of love that eliminates negativity. It's very easy and very simple. If you think, a lot of people get confused there. What is there to be thankful for? What is, as basic as the breath. So if you take that breath in and you release, if you get it back, it's the biggest blessing possible. What if that breath does not come back? So if it's come, that is the best blessing. That is the biggest blessing possible on planet Earth. Because if it decides not to come back, then your story is over. So, there are so many things, basic things. Uh, come to think of all the people who are there in this group, we are so thankful. We have food to eat. Every day we have something or the other to eat, and we have our own, fancy that we want to have this, we want to have Chinese today, or we want to have this today. We are lucky. So it's something to be thankful for. We have clothes to wear. We have a house. A lot of people don't have a house. A lot of people don't have clothes. In Ludhiana, it's winters. You go outside, you see people, they don't have those warm clothes. I mean, it's an instant blessing that comes to me. Thank you, God, for the jacket. Thank you, God, for the sweatshirt. I mean, each and everything, whatever is there outside or, which can be seen, sensed, touched through your five senses is something to be thankful for. If I can see this table, that's a blessing. If I can see this laptop in front of me or a phone or an iPad, that's a blessing. It's always said that in case you don't feel something that you are grateful for, whatever life you are actually living is somebody's dream life. If you look down to people, they are actually aspiring to be and lead your life. I mean, a person who has a house, a person who has a job, a person who has a car, a person who has clothes, a person who has food. It's a dream life for a lot of people. 60% of India is below poverty line. You are living somebody's dream. Just be thankful for it. Just be thankful to the universe or God or Almighty or whatever. But, just be thankful. It's a blessing. We are living a blessed life. It's somebody's dream life. Gratitude is the bridge to love. If we will be quiet and ready enough, we shall find compensation in every disappointment. Henry David Thoreau, 1817 to 1862, transcendentalist author. Gratitude took my mother from the deepest grief into happiness. My mother and father fell in love with each other virtually at first sight, and they had the most beautiful love affair and marriage I have ever seen. When my father died, my mother suffered from enormous grief because she missed my father so much. But amidst her grief and pain, my mother began to look for things to be grateful for. Other than being grateful for all she had received from the decades of love and happiness with my father, she looked for things to be grateful for in the future. The first thing she found to be grateful for was that now she could travel. Traveling was something my mother had always wanted to do, but didn't do when my father was alive because he never wanted to travel. My mother did fulfill her dream. She traveled and she did many other things that she always wanted to do. Gratitude was the bridge that took my mother out of immense grief and into building a new life of happiness. It's impossible to feel sad or have any negative feeling when you're grateful. If you are in the midst of a difficult situation, look for something to be grateful for. When you find one thing, then look for another and then another, because every single thing you find to be grateful for changes the situation. Gratitude is the bridge from negative feelings to harness the force of love. Gratitude is a vaccine, an antitoxin, and an antiseptic. John Henry Toward, 1864 to 1923, Presbyterian preacher and author. When anything good happens to you in your day, give thanks. It doesn't matter how small it is, say thank you. When you get the perfect parking space, hear your favorite song on the radio, approach a light that turns green, or find an empty seat on the bus or train, say thank you. These are all good things you are receiving from life. Give thanks for your senses, your eyes that see, your ears that hear, your mouth that tastes, your nose that smells, your skin that lets you feel. Give thanks for the legs you walk on, your hands that you use to do almost everything, your voice that enables you to express yourself and communicate with others. Give thanks for your amazing immune system that keeps you well or heals you, and for all your organs that maintain your body immaculately so that you can live. Give thanks for the magnificence of your human mind that no computer technology in the world can duplicate. Your entire body is the greatest laboratory on the planet, and there is nothing that can come even close to replicating its magnificence. You are a miracle. Give thanks for your home, your family, your friends, your work, and your pets. Give thanks for the sun, the water that you drink, the food that you eat, and the air that you breathe. Without any of them, you wouldn't be alive. Give thanks for the trees, the animals, the oceans, the birds, the flowers, the plants, blue skies, rain, the stars, the moon, and our beautiful planet. Give thanks for the transportation you use every day. Give thanks for all the companies that provide you with essential services so that you can live a comfortable life. So many human beings toiled and sweated so that you can turn on a tap and have fresh water. So many human beings gave their lives work so that you can flick a light switch and have electricity. Think about the magnitude of human beings who slaved day after day, year after year, to lay the train tracks across our planet. And it's almost impossible to imagine the number of people who did the back-breaking work of making the roads we drive on that form a connecting network of life for the world. In ordinary life, we hardly realize in ordinary life, we hardly realize that we receive a great deal
आ
more
गया आ गया
than we give.
ओहो आ गया अच्छा अब हिल गया
In ordinary lives, we hardly realize that we receive a great deal more than we give. And that is only with gratitude that life becomes rich. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, 1906 to 1945, Lutheran pastor. To use the power of gratitude, practice it. The more you feel gratitude, the more love you will give. And the more love you give, the more you receive. Are you grateful for your health when it's good? Or do you only notice your health when your body gets sick or hurts? Are you grateful when you have a good night's sleep? Or do you take those nights for granted and only think of sleep when you've been deprived of it? Are you grateful for your loved ones when everything is going well? Or do you only talk about relationships when there are problems? Are you grateful for electricity when you use an appliance or flick a switch? Or do you only think of electricity when there's a power blackout? Are you grateful to be alive each day? Every spare second is an opportunity to be grateful and multiply the things you love. I used to think I was a grateful person, but I didn't know what gratitude really was until I practiced it. It's very important for us to practice gratitude. And as I said, every second has a gratitude because every second is giving us that breath. When we exhale, we have that faith that it's going to come back. So if it comes back, the acknowledgement of that breath is a thank you. That's the biggest blessing. Whatever your sense perceptions can see, feel, touch is the list of everything you can be grateful for. You can be grateful for a life. You can be grateful for any good relationship. You can be grateful for any learnings that come your way. There are so many things that you want, if you want, you can be just grateful for everything. And if possible, maintain a gratitude journal and write 10 things you're grateful for every day. And you'll suddenly realize after a month, there are 300 things which you pen down for that you are blessed and grateful for. And it'll continue and multiply. If I'm driving or walking, I use the time to give thanks for everything in life. Even walking from my kitchen to my bedroom, I will give thanks. With my heart, I say, thank you for my life. Thank you for the harmony. Thank you for the joy. Thank you for my health. Thank you for the fun and excitement. Thank you for the wonder of life. Thank you for everything wonderful and good in my life. Be grateful. Gratitude costs you nothing, but it is worth more than all the riches in the world. Gratitude enriches you with all the riches in life because whatever you are grateful for multiplies. We'll have a very small exercise on gratitude in some time. But, this is one of the most amazing emotions. They are there in above the line feelings. Just a simple thank you can do such wonders to you and to others around you. You have to actually do it. It's like you do it and then you will see it. It can, the kind of satisfaction it will give you and the kind of closeness or the respect it will give to the other person is truly fantastic. Does anybody have any questions, doubts, gray areas, or we can go for the exercise? Or anybody wants to share anything?
I think it's good.
Yeah, Advait.
No, I think it's all good, right? It was quite clear.